Say yes right now to yourself. Giving yourself permission to live fully by David Russo. Introduction, the power of permission. How often do we hesitate before taking a step toward what truly matters? How many times have we whispered, not now, maybe later, or even, I can't, before we even begun? 1 time, 10 times, 100 times? It's easy to lose count. Yet the truth is simple and liberating. Most of the limits we experience aren't imposed by the world. They are created by ourselves. This book is an invitation to break free. It's about giving yourself permission to try, permission to fail, permission to rise again, permission to follow your dreams, your intuition, and your heart. It's about embracing the radical courage to say yes to yourself, not as a single act, but as a lifestyle, starting right now. Within these pages, you'll discover practical exercises to reclaim your power, inspiring stories that illuminate the transformative magic of persistence, and spiritual reflections to help you reconnect with your authentic self. Every yes you speak opens a door to possibility. Every no keeps you waiting in the shadows of hesitation. This journey is not about perfection. It is about courage. It is about trusting that even small steps toward your desires accumulate into profound change. By the time you finish this audiobook, you'll recognize that permission is not something granted by others. It is claimed fiercely and lovingly by you. Step forward, speak your first yes, embrace the life that has been waiting for you all along. Chapter 1, Recognizing Your No. Before you can truly say yes, you must first become aware of the ways you have been saying no, sometimes quietly, sometimes unconsciously, to yourself. These no's are rarely loud. They are the thoughts that whisper, I'm not ready, I'm not worthy, I can't do this. They hide in our work, in our relationships, and in the dreams we tuck away because we fear failure or rejection. Recognizing your no is not about judgment. It's about awareness. It's about shining a gentle light on the patterns that have been holding you back. Every time you've doubted yourself, avoided risk, or minimized your own desires, you have been speaking a no, even if no one else heard it. These self-limiting beliefs quietly shape your reality, steering you towards safety but away from your full potential. The spiritual truth is this: every no carries a lesson. It tells you where fear lives, where past conditioning lingers, and where your soul longs for liberation. When you begin to see your no, you gain the power to transform it. Awareness is the first step toward freedom. It is a sacred moment when you stop being a prisoner of your own hesitation and start being a conscious creator of your life. Take a moment to reflect. Journal the times you have said no to yourself, your opportunities not taken, your dreams deferred, your voice silenced. Don't rush to fix or forgive. Simply witness. By recognizing your no, you honor your past while opening a doorway to the yes that has always been waiting inside you. This chapter is your invitation to meet yourself with curiosity, compassion, and courage. Each acknowledgement of your no is a spark, lighting the path toward your first conscious yes. Step gently, step boldly, but above all, step into awareness. Your life begins when you see the patterns that have kept you from saying yes and choose to change them. Chapter 2, Where do these no's come from? Before you can step into a life of consistent yeses, it is essential to understand where your no's originate. Often they are not born from reality, but from stories you absorbed long ago, from childhood, culture, past failures, or the quiet judgments of others. These external voices, repeated over time, become the internal critics that whisper, "You can't, you shouldn't, you're not enough." Recognizing the source of your no's is not about blame. It is about liberation. It is about seeing that many of the limitations you carry are not truly yours. They were taught to you, borrowed from fear, and shaped by experiences that no longer serve your highest self. When you understand this, a profound freedom arises. You begin to see that you have always had the choice to rewrite the script. Spiritually, this awareness is a gentle awakening. Your intuition, the quiet, persistent voice of your higher self, has always been guiding you toward possibility, toward joy, toward alignment with your true purpose. The challenge is that fear and ego often masquerade as protection, keeping you small and safe. When you distinguish the ego's warnings from the whispers of your soul, you reclaim the power to act with clarity, courage, and love. Take time to reflect. Which fears are truly yours, and which are echoes of others? Which beliefs limit you unnecessarily, and which ones empower you? In noticing these patterns, you begin the sacred work of untangling yourself from old restraints. Every yes begins with awareness. Understanding the roots of your no's illuminates the path forward, showing that your hesitation is not permanent. It is a call to deeper self-knowledge. When you honor this process, you step closer to a life of conscious choice, courage, and freedom. Your journey to saying yes begins with seeing clearly where the no's have been hiding. Chapter 3, the first yes. The first yes is often the hardest. It comes wrapped in vulnerability, courage, and the quiet tremor of fear. Saying yes to yourself for the first time is not just an action. It is a declaration. It is the moment you step out of the shadows of hesitation and into the light of possibility. Every great transformation begins here, with a single intentional yes. Spiritually, the first yes is an act of trust. Trust in your intuition, trust in your heart, and trust in the unfolding of life. It is a reminder that the universe responds to your courage, that opportunities grow when you open your hand to receive them, and that your soul knows the path even when your mind doubts it. This yes does not require perfection, grand gestures, or certainty. It simply requires presence and willingness. Small yeses have extraordinary power. The yes to a new idea, a dream long postponed, a conversation you've been avoiding, or even to your own self-care, each one is a seed. Nurture it, and it can bloom into a life you once thought impossible. These small wins snowball, creating momentum that carries you beyond fear, beyond the no's that once defined you. Take a moment now to imagine your life if you consistently said yes to yourself. Feel the freedom, the energy, the joy that flows when you honor your own desires. Guided by this vision, you step forward not just with intention, but with a spiritual alignment that acknowledges your worthiness. The first yes is sacred. It is a gift you give yourself, a recognition that your life is meant to be lived fully, passionately, and courageously. Each yes after this one becomes easier, more natural, and more expansive. Begin today. Speak your first yes. Trust its power, and let it guide you into a life of possibility. Chapter 4, Reclaiming Your Power. Your power has always been within you, quietly waiting for your permission to shine. Yet so often, we hand it away through self-doubt, guilt, fear, or the expectations of others. Reclaiming your power is not about force or control. It is about remembering who you truly are and standing fully in your own authority. It is a sacred act of self-love and spiritual awakening. Spiritually, reclaiming your power begins with responsibility, not blame. It is the conscious choice to own your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. When you stop giving away your energy to fear, regret, or the judgments of others, you awaken the freedom to create life on your own terms. Every choice you make from this place becomes an affirmation of your worth, a declaration that your life belongs to you. This chapter invites you to release the heavy weights of guilt and shame that have kept you small. Forgive yourself for past mistakes, honor the lessons they carry, and step forward with compassion. Self-affirmation is a spiritual practice. Saying aloud, I am worthy, I am capable, I am enough, rewires your mind and aligns your energy with possibility. Compassionate self-talk heals the inner critic and opens the door to courage, creativity, and joy. Exercises in this chapter will guide you to reconnect with your inner strength and resilience. Each reflection, each affirmation, each mindful choice is a brick in the foundation of a life lived with intention. Remember, power reclaimed is not power over others. It is power over your own fears and limitations. Step into this truth now. Feel your energy rise as you claim the life you were always meant to live. The more you reclaim your power, the more naturally you will say yes to yourself, and the more fully your spirit will flourish. Your power is not something to seek outside. It has always been within. Claim it, honor it, and let it guide every step of your journey. Chapter 5, Embracing Imperfection. Perfection is an illusion, a quiet trick of the mind that keeps us frozen in fear, hesitation, and self-judgment. The truth is that life is beautifully, messily imperfect, and your journey is no different. Every stumble, every misstep, every failure carries within it the seeds of growth, wisdom, and transformation. Embracing imperfection is not giving up. It is awakening to the sacred rhythm of life, where learning and living are inseparable. Spiritually, imperfection is a teacher. It reminds us that our worth is not measured by flawless outcomes, but by the courage to continue, the resilience to rise again, and the openness to learn from every experience. When we stop resisting our own humanness, we step into freedom. Fear of failure no longer rules us, and self-compassion becomes our guiding light. Consider the stories of those who achieved greatness, not despite their mistakes, but because of them. Every failure was a lesson, every step back a stepping stone. In this light, imperfection is not a flaw. It is a doorway to mastery, creativity, and authentic living. Your mistakes are signposts guiding you toward your true path. If only you are willing to see them as sacred opportunities rather than defeats. Practical strategies in this chapter will help you reframe mistakes, release judgment, and cultivate courage. Begin by acknowledging your fears and imperfections without shame. Speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement as you would to a beloved friend. Each act of self-compassion, each embrace of your imperfect self is a spiritual practice, a step toward living fully, boldly, and joyfully. Remember, life does not require perfection. Your soul requires presence, authenticity, and courage. As you release the need to be flawless, you free yourself to experience the fullness of your potential, the joy of your journey, and the limitless possibilities waiting when you say yes to yourself, just as you are. Chapter 6, Saying Yes in Action. Saying yes to yourself is powerful, but a yes without action remains a whisper of possibility. True transformation begins when intention meets deliberate steps. Action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It is where courage becomes tangible and faith becomes lived experience. Spiritually, action is sacred. Every step you take toward your desires, no matter how small, aligns your energy with your purpose. When you move with intention, the universe responds. Opportunities appear, synchronicities unfold, and the path forward becomes clearer. Action is not about rushing or forcing. It is about honoring your yes with consistency, patience, and presence. The journey of saying yes in action begins with small, achievable steps. A single decision, a simple habit, a daily practice. These are the building blocks of a life fully lived. Each action reinforces your worthiness, strengthens your confidence, and teaches you that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Remember, even the tiniest yes creates momentum. One day, these small actions snowball into profound transformation. Practical exercises, such as the 30-day Yes Challenge, guide you to turn your intentions into daily practice. Each day you choose to act in alignment with your dreams, you honor yourself and your potential. Through consistent action, fear begins to lose its grip. Doubt fades, and your inner voice, the voice of your higher self, becomes stronger and clearer. Step forward now. Take your first deliberate action, no matter how small, and feel the power of your yes in motion. Your courage to act awakens your soul. Your determination inspires your spirit, and your life begins to unfold in ways you never thought possible. Saying yes is not only a choice, it is a practice, a way of being, and the pathway to your fullest, most vibrant life. Chapter 7, Spiritual Alignment. Saying yes to yourself is more than action. It is alignment. It is a sacred practice of tuning into your higher self, your inner guidance, and the quiet wisdom of your soul. When your choices, thoughts, and actions flow from this place of spiritual connection, life becomes effortless, meaningful, and full of possibility. Spiritual alignment begins with stillness. In the quiet moments of meditation, prayer, journaling, or mindful reflection, you open a space to listen. You begin to discern the voice of fear from the voice of intuition, the voice of limitation from the voice of possibility. Your desires, when viewed through this lens, are not mere whims. They are clues, signposts, and invitations from your soul guiding you toward your highest purpose. When you live in alignment, every yes becomes a declaration of authenticity. Each choice honors your truth, nourishes your spirit, and strengthens your connection to the life you are meant to live. Spiritual alignment does not guarantee that challenges will vanish, but it does give you clarity, courage, and resilience to meet them with grace. Your energy becomes magnetic, drawing opportunities, people, and experiences that resonate with your path. Take time to reflect. Where in your life are you acting from fear or obligation rather than your authentic self? Which yeses honor your soul, and which no's are shadows of old patterns? The practice of alignment is gentle yet transformative. It asks you to listen deeply, respond consciously, and trust the guidance that has always been within you. Each moment of conscious alignment is a step into freedom. As you attune to your inner voice and let it guide your actions, you realize that the life you desire is not separate from you. It is an expression of you. Saying yes in alignment is not just living. It is thriving, loving, and becoming fully awake to the beauty, purpose, and power within your own soul. Chapter 8, Overcoming Resistance. Even when you are ready to say yes to yourself, resistance often arises. It comes as procrastination, self-doubt, fear, or the whisperer of old habits that keep you small. Resistance is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that your soul is on the edge of growth, that transformation is knocking at your door, and that something greater awaits your courage. Spiritually, resistance is a teacher. It reveals where fear still lingers, where past conditioning exerts its hold, and where your energy has been diverted from your true purpose. Instead of battling it, learn to observe it with curiosity and compassion. Name it, feel it, and honor it, but do not let it dictate your life. Awareness transforms resistance from a barrier into a guide, showing you precisely where your courage is required. Every act of moving through resistance is an act of alignment with your higher self. Each small step, each deliberate choice in spite of doubt, strengthens your confidence and reminds you of your innate power. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act in its presence. Spiritual practice, such as meditation, prayer, or mindful reflection, can help center your mind, elevate your energy, and clear the inner obstacles that resist your forward motion. Reflect now on the moments you have felt resistance. What fears were hidden there? What truths were waiting to be acknowledged? By leaning into these moments rather than avoiding them, you awaken a deep well of resilience and self-trust. Each yes you take in the face of resistance becomes a victory, a reinforcement of your commitment to live fully and authentically. Your life grows when you move past the blocks that keep you small. Resistance is not your enemy. It is the call to remember who you truly are. Step forward, even when it feels uncomfortable. Each act of courage dismantles the no's, clears the path, and opens you to the limitless possibilities that your soul has always known. Say yes to yourself, even in the face of resistance, and watch your life transform. Chapter 9, Saying Yes to Relationships and Community. Saying yes to yourself naturally extends beyond your own heart. It reaches into the way you connect with others. When you honor your own needs, dreams, and boundaries, you create the space to show up authentically in your relationships. Every yes you speak to yourself strengthens your ability to give, receive, and love in ways that are genuine, compassionate, and empowering. Spiritually, relationships are mirrors of your inner world. The way you relate to others reflects how you relate to yourself. If you are living in alignment with your true self, your connections become more vibrant, your communication clearer, and your empathy deeper. Saying yes internally allows you to say yes externally with presence, intention, and a heart that is open yet grounded. Community is also a field for your growth. By engaging with others while honoring your own yes, you practice balance, giving without losing yourself, listening without judgment, and supporting without overextending. Each conscious interaction becomes an opportunity to express the love, wisdom, and authenticity that flows from your own spiritual alignment. Boundaries are not barriers. They are bridges that allow your energy to flow freely while maintaining integrity. Take a moment to reflect. Are there relationships where you have been saying no to yourself in order to please or avoid conflict? Are there spaces where your energy has been depleted because you haven't honored your own needs? Spiritual growth calls you to bring awareness to these patterns and to make choices that reflect your worth. your truth, and your yes. When you say yes to yourself, your presence in the world shifts, your relationships deepen, your community strengthens, and your life becomes a reflection of your authenticity. Each conscious yes you offer yourself ripples outward, touching the hearts of others and creating connections rooted in love, respect, and mutual empowerment. Step into this practice today. Let your yes inspire your relationships and uplift the world around you. Chapter 10, Making Yes a Lifestyle. Saying yes to yourself is not a one-time act. It is a way of being, a daily practice, and a commitment to living fully and intentionally. When yes becomes your default response to life, you awaken to a rhythm of possibility, joy, and authenticity that transforms everything you touch. Each yes compounds, creating momentum, resilience, and the courage to embrace every moment as sacred. Spiritually, making yes a lifestyle is about alignment. It is about listening to your intuition, honoring your needs, and acting in harmony with your purpose. When you consistently choose yes, you strengthen your connection to your higher self, trust your inner guidance, and cultivate a life that reflects the deepest desires of your soul. Habits, rituals, and conscious daily choices become the foundation of this empowered way of living. Start small. Each morning affirm your intention to say yes to growth, love, and possibility. Notice the choices you make throughout the day. How often do they reflect your highest self? Each conscious yes is a ripple, influencing not only your life, but also the energy of those around you. Over time, the practice of yes rewires your mind, shifts your energy, and opens doors you never imagined possible. Living yesfully also requires courage because it asks you to embrace imperfection, to take risks, and to move forward even when fear arises. Yet each step taken in alignment with your yes is a declaration of self-respect, a reaffirmation of your worth, and a celebration of the life you were always meant to live. Remember, every yes strengthens your confidence, expands your purpose, and nourishes your joy. Saying yes is not a singular choice. It is a lifestyle, a spiritual practice, and a radical act of love toward yourself. As you make yes your habit, your life transforms. Every moment becomes an opportunity, every challenge a lesson, and every day a chance to fully embody your soul's calling. Claim this life. Live it boldly. Say yes, always. Conclusion: a life transformed. Saying yes to yourself is not a single event. It is a journey, a practice, and a radical act of love. Every yes, whether small or monumental, is a step toward reclaiming your power, aligning with your soul, and living fully. Each choice you make to honor your desires, your intuition, and your heart shapes the life you were always meant to live. Spiritually, every no you have spoken in the past is not a sentence. It is a lesson. It has guided you, taught you, and prepared you for the courage to step forward now. And every yes you choose from this moment forward becomes a declaration that your life is yours to create, that your worth is inherent, and that your potential is limitless. This is the sacred dance of freedom, claiming your voice, embracing your path, and walking it with confidence, presence, and joy. Living yesfully transforms not just your world, but the energy you share with others. Your courage inspires, your authenticity uplifts, and your light creates ripples that extend far beyond your immediate life. Saying yes becomes a spiritual practice, an affirmation that you are worthy of love, success, and the deepest joys of living. It is a reminder that permission is not granted from outside. It is claimed from within. Step forward with courage. Speak your yes boldly. Take action consistently. Trust in the guidance of your intuition and the wisdom of your heart. Life is waiting for you, not as a distant dream, but as a present reality, ready to expand in response to the yeses you offer yourself. Your journey is sacred. Your life is powerful. Your yes is transformational. Claim it, live it, celebrate it, and watch as the world responds to the brilliance of your fully awakened, fully empowered, fully alive self.